Now let us solve some basic numericals on your refrigeration. Right, these are the basic numericals on your reversed Carnot cycle, or you can say how to find the COP and all. So the first question is, there is a Carnot engine, or you can say there is a Carnot refrigeration which requires 1.5 kilowatt per ton of refrigeration. For 1 ton of refrigeration, the refrigeration capacity is 1.5 kilowatt, and it is to maintain a region at minus 30 degrees Celsius. We have to find the COP, right? So we know that the formula for COP will be equal to your refrigeration effect divided by work input, or you can say it is equal to refrigeration capacity upon power input. Right, if you multiply both with mass flow rate. So this is the refrigeration capacity upon power input. So power input, as per the question, it is equal to 1.5 kilowatt. This much power is required for 1 ton of refrigeration. So refrigeration capacity, 1 ton of refrigeration is equal to 3.5 kilowatt, or you can say 3.5 kilojoule per second. This is the refrigeration capacity, and with the help of this you will be able to find COP will be equal to 3.5 divided by 1.5. So this will be equal to 2.33. So this COP of this Carnot refrigeration is 2.33. This is a very basic question. We can directly put our values from the equation, that is COP is equal to refrigeration capacity divided by power input, right? Next, move towards your second question. The second question says that the definition is, the statement is, we can say a refrigerator which is working on reversed Carnot cycle, that is the ideal cycle for refrigeration. So this refrigerator is working on reversed Carnot cycle, and it takes out 2 kilowatt of heat, right? 2 kilowatt of heat from the system, right? So we can say that refrigeration capacity is given as 2 kilowatt, while this reversed Carnot cycle is working between the temperature limits of 300 Kelvin and 200 Kelvin. So the lower temperature which is to be maintained, the lower temperature is 200 Kelvin and higher temperature is 300 Kelvin. It is given. We have to find what is the COP and power consumed. We have to find this. We know that COP will be refrigeration capacity upon power input, and this COP is also equal to lower temperature upon higher temperature minus lower temperature. Because this is a reversed Carnot cycle, so we can write the COP in the form of temperature itself. We already studied this. So from here you will get COP will be equal to lower temperature is 200 divided by 300 minus 200. So the COP will be equal to 2. From here the COP will be equal to 2. So the first answer is COP of this reversed Carnot refrigeration cycle will be 2. Second is how to calculate this power input. We can find with this equation, that is 2 will be equal to refrigeration capacity is given as 2 kilowatt divided by power input. So the power required will be equal to 1 kilowatt. So the power required to run this reversed Carnot refrigeration cycle will be equal to 1 kilowatt, right? This is a simple basic numericals which we are going, right, which we are going to solve. This is the basic equations, basic questions. They may ask in the gate or they may not. Just to make your concept more clear, we are solving these basic numericals. The third numerical is the working temperature in the evaporator and condenser are minus 30 degrees Celsius and 32 degrees Celsius, right? Evaporator is that space which is you have to maintain at a temperature lower than that of surrounding. and condenser is that space where you are rejecting the heat to the surrounding, right? So we can say that from here the lower temperature will be minus 30 degrees Celsius. That is equal to, if you convert it into Kelvin, this is minus 30 plus 273. This is 243 Kelvin. Right, in the formula we always have to put the values of temperature in the Kelvin. And higher temperature will be 32 degrees Celsius, it is given, that is equal to 32 plus 273, this is 305 Kelvin. This is 305 Kelvin. These are the temperatures. If actual refrigerator has a COP of 0.75 times the maximum COP, this is given that COP of the actual refrigeration cycle, actual COP will be 0.75 of maximum COP. Maximum COP means the COP of reversed Carnot cycle. Right, we already see that the reversed Carnot cycle has the maximum COP. So the actual COP will be 0.75 times of reversed Carnot COP. We have to find the power input for a refrigeration capacity of 5 kilowatt. If the refrigeration capacity is 5 kilowatt, we have to find the power input required to run this refrigeration. So maximum COP will be equal to, maximum COP formula we know, that is lower temperature divided by higher temperature minus lower temperature. This will be equal to 243 divided by 305 minus 243, and if you solve this, then the maximum COP will come out to be 3.92. Maximum COP will be 3.92. So the actual COP, as per the question, the actual COP will be 75% of this 3.92. So the actual COP will come out to be 2.94. Actual COP will be 2.94. And COP you can write, COP formula is refrigeration capacity upon power input. So this will be equal to, what is the refrigeration capacity given? 5 kilowatt upon power input will be equal to 2.94, and if you solve this, then the power required to run this refrigeration cycle will be equal to, this will be come out 1.7 kilowatt. This will be 1.7 kilowatt. Right, these are the basic 3 questions which we have to solve in GATE. 1 marks question will ask like this, right? This is a direct question which we are using with the help of COP formula of reversed Carnot cycle, and the COP will be equal to refrigeration effect upon work input, or COP will be equal to refrigeration capacity upon power input. Now let us solve some more numericals on your basic RAC. The statement says that there is a heat engine which is working between the temperature limits of T1 and T2. Right, there is a heat engine which is working between T1 and T2, and that heat engine has a efficiency of 40%. 40% is the efficiency. If this engine is reversed, if I reverse that engine, then what is the COP we have to find out. Right, this is a very basic question. If I make a heat engine working between temperature T1 and T2, let us solve for this. Right, let us start solving for this. Let us say this is the heat engine. Suppose this is a temperature reservoir T1. There is a heat engine. This is a temperature reservoir T2. Right. So let us say this temperature is T1, this temperature is T2, and the heat supplied is, let us say, Q1. Work produced by this heat engine is, let us say, W. Heat rejected, let us say it is Q2. So I am saying this is a heat engine which is working between temperature limits T1 and T2. If I reverse this like this, suppose I make this diagram once again. Suppose this is a reservoir T1, some cycle is there. And this is a reservoir T2. Right, this is some refrigeration cycle, let us say. Right, here the temperature is T1, here the temperature is T2. Now if I reversed it, if I reverse the direction of heat flows, so this is Q1 and it consumes the work, let us say W. So we have to find what is the COP of this refrigeration cycle. So the efficiency of this heat engine, if I say that the efficiency of this heat engine is, what is the efficiency? That is work done or work produced by this heat engine divided by heat supply. This is the efficiency of this heat engine. If I write the COP of this refrigerator, then COP of this refrigerator will be equal to, for refrigerator the work output is, or the, you can say the desired effect is this Q2. So the COP will be equal to Q2 divided by work input, that is W. This is the COP of this refrigerator. So if I write here that this will be equal to W upon, what is Q1? Q1 is equal to W plus Q2, right? This is equal to W plus Q2, right? From energy conservation we can write this. So we can write 1 upon efficiency is equal to W plus Q2 divided by W, right? So if you solve this, then you will get, if I solve it here only, so this will be 1 plus Q2 by W, 1 plus Q2 by W. So if I take it that side, so this will be Q2 by W is equal to 1 upon efficiency minus 1. 1 upon efficiency minus 1. So from here you can write that the COP of this refrigerator will be equal to Q2 by W, that is 1 minus efficiency upon efficiency of heat engine, right, working between the same temperature limit. So you have to remember this formula so that you will be able to use it directly in the questions like this, right? So the efficiency is 0.4 given, so the COP of the refrigerator will come out to be, COP of the refrigerator will be equal to 1 minus 0.4 divided by 0.4, this is 6 by 4, 3 by 2, this is 1 by 1.5, so this will be 1.5. So the COP of refrigerator will be equal to 1.5. This is the answer of this question. And if, let us say, if in the another question they will ask what is the COP of heat pump. This is the desired effect of heat pump. If I can write, the COP of heat pump will be equal to Q1 by W. This one will be equal to Q1 by W, and W by Q1 is efficiency. So Q1 by W is equal to 1 upon efficiency of this heat engine, which is working between the same temperature limit. So you have to remember this formula also, that between the same temperature limit, the COP of the heat pump will be equal to 1 upon efficiency of the heat engine working between the same temperature limits, and COP of the refrigerator will be equal to 1 minus efficiency upon efficiency. Or you can also calculate that between the same temperature limit, COP of heat pump plus COP of refrigerator will be equal to 1. So from here also you can find that 1 upon efficiency minus 1 will be equal to COP of refrigerator. From this equation also you will be able to calculate the COP of refrigerator. So better to remember these basic equations, basic formulas, so that you will be able to solve the objective question without any time loss, right? So in a very minimum time you will be able to solve these kind of a problem. So this is the basic problem of the refrigeration, in which one heat engine is given and one refrigerator is given. Now let us solve one good question on the RAC. This is a very good question. right? We will discuss it. The statement says that there is a domestic refrigerator which is set at 2 degrees Celsius, right? So we can say that the lower temperature is 2 degrees Celsius, that means 275 Kelvin. Lower temperature is given 275 Kelvin, and it handles a refrigeration load of 8000 kilojoule per day. Refrigeration load is 8000 kilojoule per day. Ambient temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, that means higher temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, that means 303 Kelvin. The COP of this refrigerator is 0.15 times the maximum COP. COP of this actual refrigerator will be equal to 0.15 times 0.15 times the maximum COP. Maximum COP means COP of a reversed Carnot cycle. We have to find the daily electricity consumption in the unit of kilowatt hour. This is important. In the kilowatt hour, we have to find what is the daily consumption of the electricity. So now let us say, as per the question, the refrigeration capacity is given as 8000 kilojoule per day. In 24 hours, the refrigeration capacity is 8000 kilojoule per day. So first of all, let us find out what is the maximum COP. You know that maximum COP is the COP of the reversed Carnot cycle, that will be equal to lower temperature upon higher temperature minus lower temperature. This will be equal to 275 upon 303 minus 275. So this maximum COP will come out to be 9.8. This will come out to be 9.82, right? This is 9.82. This is the maximum COP. So COP of the actual cycle will be equal to, as per the question, this will be equal to 0.15 times of maximum, that is 9.82. So the actual COP will come out to be 1.473. Actual COP will be 1.473. Now we know that from the basic formula of COP will be equal to refrigeration capacity upon power input. Refrigeration capacity upon power input. So we will say that this COP is 1.473 is equal to refrigeration capacity is 8000 kilojoule per day divided by power input. So from here we will be able to calculate the power input in kilowatt, right? So from here you can find that power input required to run this in refrigeration cycle, then the power input from this equation will come out to be 5431 kilojoule per day. 5431 kilojoule per day. In one day, this much amount of power we require. Now, you want to find the power input in kilowatt hour. In kilowatt hour, we have to find. So we can say that, see how to convert it into kilowatt hour per day power consumption. We say that per day power consumption, in one day the power consumption will be equal to 5431 kilojoule. This is the requirement in one day. If I divided it with second and multiply with it second, so this will be equal to 5431 kilojoule per second is kilowatt second. In 1 second, this much amount of power you required, right? Kilowatt second, 5431. So we can say that if you convert it into hour, so this will be equal to 5431, this is kilowatt, into second. So this will be, if I divided it by 3600, so this will be equal to this, the unit will be kilowatt hour. the unit will be kilowatt hour, right? So 1 second is equal to 1 upon 1 upon 3600 hour. So this unit conversion is kilowatt hour. So from here you will get, this will be 1.508 kilowatt hour. This is the power consumption. You just take care of the units. You have to take care of the units, that in kilowatt hour the power consumption is 1.508 kilowatt. So this is the way to solve this kind of a problem. This is a basic problem. So by this way you will be able to convert the unit. Unit conversion is important because we have to find out the electricity consumption in kilowatt hour, right? So this is the way we can convert it into kilowatt hour.